Hello, I'm Jenny. Welcome to my channel where we focus on using ordinary materials to make beautiful things. Today we're going to keep working on some ephemera for that Valentine journal that I'm working on. After we get a little more ephemera made today, we'll start working on the journal and I'll show you how I'm going to put that together. It's going to be something I'm going to call a love note journal. It's going to be made from envelopes that I have recycled. So we're gonna upcycle some envelopes to make a little Valentine journal where you can store love letters. But we need some tags and things to go into some of the envelopes to start with. So today, that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna make a tag and we're gonna make some tickets. So when I was going through my stash looking for things that were red, pink, Valentine looking, I came across this package of tickets. These came from, I think, Dollar Tree, and I've had them for a while, and I bought them, and when I opened them, I realized that the tickets they're not cut out around, they don't have the ticket shape, they're just strips, which is fine for, if you're going to use them for actual tickets. But for our purposes, I'd like to have that shape. So I also thought that the back is kind of boring. It's a place to write your address, phone number, that kind of stuff. If you're going to put it in a raffle, something like that. But my thought was we would decorate the back and then we would separate them and use a punch to punch these out and get those kind of rounded. I don't have a little round single hole punch that would work for this. I tried the one I have and it's so dull that it just keeps tearing the ticket. So I'm going to use a flower punch because it's got some other little edges. So we'll get to that in a minute. But so then if you have something like this, but you don't have a single hole punch, or if you have a single hole punch, you can use that. This might be something that you've come across too that is available to you. And I thought we would just dress it up a little bit. So I'm gonna back it with this page from a book. In this case, it's a dictionary page. It's actually like a glossary page, and it's a French to English and English to French, both ways, workbook. And so this page has the French with the English, and there are other pages that have English to French. So I'm going to start with just backing the tickets with this. I don't think it really matters which side. We're going to stamp on the back to liven them up a little bit, so I don't think it really matters. I'm trying to decide if I want to separate these first or if I want to cut them after. Let's go ahead and separate them. We'll just have some, might be easier to cut if I did it first, but yeah, so we'll just do that. Alrighty. Hope you guys are having a good day and that you're got some YouTube videos going to keep you some company and you're doing something fun. Valentine's Day is just around the corner, so maybe you're working on a Valentine's project as well. These tickets are a little, it's kind of funny. I don't know if you guys do this or not, but I buy things sometimes like at Dollar Tree and I think, oh, that's going to be really cute. And then once I get it home, I realize that maybe it's not exactly what I thought it was, or it's not, it's not shaped like these. Their tickets, they're printed, the shape is printed, but it's not actually shaped like that. So then you have to figure out how you can make it work for what you want it to do, which is okay. And I'm sure there are plenty of tickets that are shaped like that. I just didn't happen to buy them. I spent the last couple of days cutting up some books. I had some books that I got at Goodwill. I'd been looking for a nice bird book that had illustrations rather than photographs. So it wasn't quite as slick looking as some of the photographs are maybe. And I finally found one at Goodwill for $2. Yay! So I spent some time cutting that up, and that takes a while, doesn't it? I know some people leave the book together and then just choose an image as they go. Unfortunately, I know that if a book is sitting on my shelf, I'm not likely to pick it up, even though I might think, oh, a bird would be nice. Whereas if I make some decisions about the images, I got that one a little high, didn't I? Because I didn't see the Y down there. Oh well. Que sera. If I know if I don't put some of the images in my stash that I might not use them. Sometimes I forget I have a book or something like that because I have way too much stuff, because as I've mentioned before, I'm kind of a hoarder when it comes to books and paper and things. So my method of organization is I have a series of tubs, and so the tubs are labeled like bugs and butterflies, cats, flowers, more flowers, even more flowers probably. I have lots of flowers, birds, things like that. So I have them in a tub by what they are, and I'm actually contemplating reorganizing by color. Every few years, I change how I have it organized, I think. I get tired of it one way. I don't know if you guys do that or not, but I put it a certain way and then I get tired of it. And I think, it's not even I think that I'm tired of it that way. I think I'm just complacent. I don't think about what's there necessarily. And I reach for the same things over and over again. So to keep from doing that, I'm going to cut just a little bit of this white off because there's a bigger edge on one side here. To keep from doing that every few years, I change how things are organized in my, I'm going to go to the end here so that we have a little bit of, we're going to put that little divot in there. I change how things are organized because it helps give me a fresh perspective on what I have. And so now, right now, I'm trying to decide, do I want to reorganize by color? Because it takes a lot of sorting. It'll take a good, a solid couple of days of work to get everything resorted by color. Let's see. Yeah, we should just cut right up to the edge, huh? Make them really tickety. So that's always kind of a dilemma. And then because I like to work on themes, should I keep some of the themes but not all of the themes? It's just always an ongoing dilemma as to how to store it and so that I don't forget what I have, and I always think, sometimes I think I've just forgotten. I have lots of stuff, but I don't always realize what I have. And sometimes I don't know what I want. Sometimes I just want something, but I'm not sure what it is. So I usually know what color I want, which is why I was thinking about going back to color. But the last time I had it done by color, I was frustrated because when I wanted to do something on a theme, I wanted to make something with butterflies, I had to look through every color to find all the butterflies. So, yeah, maybe the answer is some combination of the most common things, the most common themes that I do, butterflies, maybe flowers, some of the animals maybe, but then the rest of it maybe should be by color. Oh, it's so hard to know. And then if I do it by color, do I include, instead of having all my washi tape in one place, should I divide out like the lace and the trims and the washi tape so that they're with the colors, so that when I pick up, when I say I want something red, I have every red thing that I could possibly use, which is always kind of cool. I don't know. So I'm just, right now, I'm contemplating. I think I spend half my life organizing and reorganizing my studio. I don't have a ticket kind of shaped punch. I guess really that would just be it would just be a rectangle with the corners taken off, but all right, so on the back then, so we're going to keep the front because it's all nice and red. On the back then we have book page, and it's just kind of cut down. It's not too overly. I was thinking we might stamp some stuff all together, but maybe not. Maybe we'll do some of them differently. So I have several different stamps here to work with. I have this one, which really has no identifying marks on it whatsoever. A lot of the stamps I get, you know, when you go to Goodwill and you can just buy a bag and they've thrown all the stamps into a bag and it's like $3 or $4. And you're not really quite sure what you're getting. I tend to do that and then sort through, because usually there's something in there that I want. There's usually 2 or 3 things. You can kind of look, and if you see, you know, a couple of things that you want, and the price is worth the, you know, 2 or whatever that you like, 2 or 3 that you like. Sometimes you find a nice surprise with some of the other stuff, sometimes not, in which case I either redonate them or give them to a friend or something like that. A lot of times when I was teaching, I would just take them to school and give them to kids because the kids liked them, things like that. So this probably came from one of those. It's a cute little design, but my thought is we kind of do some backgrounds in gold, and then maybe we would stamp some little hearts, although this heart is a little big for that ticket, isn't it? So, but we might stamp some hearts. I have some other little stamps. I've pulled some of these. These came from this set of cling mounted stamps that are from Prima Marketing, it looks like. I've had this one for a very long time. It probably came from Michael's or someplace like that. So that's what these are. So these are some of the smaller ones. Oops, that one didn't want to stick. So these are some of the smaller ones from that. I also have the word love that we're gonna stamp on. That's this set of stamps from Stampabilities. It says Timeless Alphabet, and so you just, you know, pull them and stamp them. And then I have another word, another letter, love, and that's this set of wooden ones from Hero Arts. So I've gotten something on top of the D. Anyway, so these I don't have the kind that click together, which are kind of cool. But these were a Christmas gift, and I was happy to have them. And they make a really cute little stamp set. So I just put some tape around it to hold it together a little bit to make it easier, which is fine as long as you're not repeating a letter. If you're repeating a letter, that's a problem. Then I have this one too. This is the same stamp set as this one. So my thought was that we would stamp some background things in gold. And of course I've gotten some red on it because I dropped that little red heart on it. Oh well. that we'd stamp some background things in gold and maybe put some red hearts and then some black lettering with the word love over the top of it. Let's see how it goes. Maybe we will put some of these together just because we won't lose as much of the stamp, right? If we put two of them together. Okay, let's try those out. So I'm using Color Box opaque pigment stamp pad for the gold. I have a couple of other stamp pads here. Oops. See, I squished that and then I got gold all over the thing. So let's just see what we get. It's not very dark, is it? Push. Maybe I didn't get enough ink on there. Yeah, I guess you can see. I guess you can see some of it. And this is just background anyway. That's all we're looking for, is to try to lay some background on here. A little bit, not much. Maybe this one would work better. I tried these out over on just the scrap paper that is under my mat, and that one worked better on that. Let's see. Oh, that's better. Yeah, that one has a little more. And I'm just trying to layer up some texture and stuff here. It's got a little bit of, there we go, got a little bit of gold and stuff on that. Wonder what happens with this one. We'll try this one. Just keep losing that little key stamp. Doesn't want to stick. Okay, well, we'll just leave that one off then. Not important. And that just gives us, yeah, a little gold background there. So I'm gonna let that gold dry a little bit. We'll do the other ones. Just skip that one, I think, since it keeps coming off. So that's a 2, seems to be okay. What do you think? We'll try that heart. Believe it or not, that is the only heart stamp I have. I don't have anything smaller. I don't have anything else at all, actually. That's the only one. I was sorting through my various bits and bob stamps, and I have, you know, and this one's just a little styrofoam one, again, that probably came from Goodwill. Although, I don't know, my mom had a set that she got rid of and gave to me, so it could have been one of those. I have a hard time keeping straight where I get things sometimes. But that is the only one I own that has a heart on it. I have lots of flowers, which would probably be good. I just keep losing those little keys, don't I? Okay, the key doesn't like me today. All right, we'll just stick with these. It's fine. I just want a little something going in the background here. And the gold's not too bright, and so we'll set those up there. Set them aside to dry. Just a little bit so we can stamp something else on top of them. And I'm trying to decide whether to stamp something in black or something in red or both. When I was practicing with it, I did some little red hearts and love and black over it, and then I did some black hearts with love and red over it, and so I liked them both. Maybe we'll do both. Different tickets. All right, that one. I'm just losing them a little bit at a time here. Just down to these, I guess. Alas. And I'm not doing a very good job of getting a distinct picture. I'm smudging them. But like I said, it's just background. They can go that way. I just wanted to fill in some kind of gold, something in the background. Where's my lid? There we go. All right. Okay. Let's see what we can do. Set those over there. Let's see what we can do with the heart. Let's pull these back down. They sat for a moment now. Is it okay, do you think, if it's part of a heart? Apparently that one still has some red ink on it. Oh, gosh. I don't know. Yeah, why not? Why not make it part of a heart? We could do most of it, so most of the heart is on one. We'll do a couple of them in red here, and then we'll stamp some love over them. Yeah, there we go. Maybe if we kind of alternate a little bit, figure it out as we go. Just a little bit of the red. About out of ink on this, so that's okay. Well, there we go. That's kind of nice. Had a lot of residual ink on it, didn't it? All right, let's see what we have. Since we stamped that in red, let's try some black. And then I just have a basic Sanford stamp pad that is old, that I've had for a long time. This one I think came from my mother-in-law. So let's see. We just kind of go over the red. Oh, that's cute. See? Should we save it and do one in, I don't know, we did the hearts in red. I don't think we want to do, well, maybe we'll do it in the fancier though. Right. I don't even know if those go together. They don't even go together. Oh well. Que sera. Might have been cute if I'd have left them together and done the whole thing and then cut them apart. That might have been nice. Let's see what the other one looks like, shall we? This one. Well, that's kind of nice. I like that they're different ones, right? So we can kind of do some different directions here. Okay, let's do the other ones then. Let's try some of the hearts in black on this one, and then we'll stamp the words in red and see how that looks. That's kind of nice because you can see a little bit of the red through, so maybe kind of work our way down on this one. A little wonky. And if we alternate it, you can tell, obviously it's hearts and there's tops and bottoms, just one off the page. Yeah, maybe it's okay that I don't have one that fits. And it's not so perfect, and that's all right. I like it maybe not so perfect. Okay, I was looking at my red stamp pads, and my red ones are just not doing well. I tried, they're about dead, I think, to get them to stamp with the lettering. Well, actually, I tried them on the heart, and it could be because the heart is spongy. So I thought I would actually try the Distress ink that I have and see how that looks. And that looks pretty good. I don't know. I might try to realign it. Probably just gonna mess it up, but yeah, not too bad. All right, so let's try this one. Some of that. Yeah, this is working pretty well. Although one stamping seems to be about it, huh? Probably because it's just nice and juicy and it just leaves all its juicy goodness there. I wonder if I can restamp that one. Here we go. So I don't know, let's see, which do we like? Do we like the red with the black on it, or do we like the black with the red? Kind of like them both, so I don't know. What else should we do? I guess we could try stamping the red maybe. This heart. Let's see. Ooh, look how pretty that is over the gold. Because I had that red left on here from a different stamp pad, but oh, should have done this one maybe, huh? Because it's cool, because look, it's translucent enough that you can see the gold through it. Very nice. I like that one. Wish I'd done that first. Oh well. Que sera. Right. It's all good. They're just tickets. I think I smudged that one. Oh well. Alrighty. That's pretty. I really do wish I'd done that one first. Oh well. All right, let's put some black ink on that love stamp. That's very dark. I wonder if I should just use the Tim Holtz black. You know what, maybe I should. Everything's about an experiment, right? It's a learning process. I think every time I do something, I figure out something else, which is good, because that's what life is about. That's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to learn and grow and change, and even if that means figuring out, you know, a different way to stamp something, that's still learning something, right? That's nice. Okay, I'll try it with this one too. All right, that looks good. Guess I should have just done this before. Shoulda, woulda, coulda, huh? Okay. All right. Okay, now that we've got that out, let's those out of the way. Let's bring some of these other ones back. A little darker, right? That one's a little darker, a little more red. Let's go ahead and grunge these up a little bit, I think. I'm using the Distress Photo. I guess I should do it from you can do it from Stamp Pad, but I should get my little blender brush here because I'm gonna smear it around a little bit. Let's see, vintage photo. There we go. Oh, let's do the edges in aged mahogany. How would that look? Let's try one and see. You know, I think it just shows respect for your supplies. Can we even see that? There's not really much there, huh? Let's save that until after we punch the hole. Maybe we'll want to do that after we punch the hole. All right, so like I said, I don't have just a single little hole punch that punched these. When I tried one earlier on just the ticket without even anything on the back, it just tore it. It didn't go through. So I dug around in my punches, and I have very few punches. I have maybe 4 punches. I have this one, and I have this one that we're going to use on the tag, and I have like kind of an oblong one and a square one, and that's about it. So I thought because this one has this kind of, you know, rounded edge, that I could use it to punch out these little corners, and it did work. Didn't quite that one far enough. Oh yeah. And so sometimes you just have to figure out what you have that's going to do what you want, even if you don't have what you think you need. Because sometimes you have something that'll work. Oh, I'm so sorry for that. I know you guys just heard the phone ring. It was my daughter, and she's having some car trouble, so she called and needed some help. So I'm glad I'm home to help her, so that's cool. In the meantime, while I was talking to her on the phone, I went ahead and finished punching those edges. That's all I did, was I punched the edges. So I just want to show you what we ended up with. That's the reverse side. This is the front side. And this is what we started with. So we took something that was, you know, $1 for that whole package, and at least made it into something more interesting, I think, and that is definitively more ticket-like. So I think those will be fun to put in. Maybe maybe I'll make a little envelope or a tuck spot or something that says, you know, love coupons or something like that, and stick the tickets in there. I think that would be cute. And certainly we can cut them down into 2s or 3s if we need to. All right, so that ephemera is done. Remember we started with these raffle tickets. So I want to make some tags, and I thought I'd go ahead and make one now. I'm not sure what the other ones are going to look like, but I did know kind of what I wanted to do with one of them. So I've got my cool little corner punch, which I don't use very often. I got it on sale, I think after Christmas last year. I have some books that I'm going to pull some things out of, so I want to show you some of these. So I have this book of old Valentines that has pictures of Valentines in it, of antique Valentines. I have a couple of antique Valentines, but I'm saving them to actually put in the book, on the book, that kind of stuff, so that they're separate. I don't really want them to be a tag because I don't really want to do anything to them. I just want to slide them in. So this, I thought we'd use this photo on one side, and then I thought we'd back it with this, which is also from a book, but it's a heavier. This is a book on fabric. It was about quilting. So I thought it would be fun to back it with this because the colors look like they were kind of the same. And then we can dull it down a little bit, maybe with some distress ink, just to kind of take it down a little bit. And then I have a piece of book page that I'm going to put on the back because, let's see, nope, this side. It has I love you in a whole bunch of languages. So I thought this was really cool. And this came from this book, Schott's Original Miscellany, which just has really random stuff in it. Very random. There's a lot of stuff in here it's just funny, kind of random. Deities from various cultures, and then commonplace German, and let's see what else. It's kind of United States and British stuff. You know, the potential of hydrogen, compass points, you know, the hierarchy of falconry. So just very, really, when it says miscellany, it means miscellany. It's really random. So I've got that. So I thought we'd back this with this, and then this would cover most of it. I'm going to cut some of the edges off here just to cut it down a little bit. And then I pulled a little quote from this book, which I got. There's every year in Phoenix, well, last year we didn't have it because of the pandemic, but every year in Phoenix there is a charity organization that holds this big book sale, and it's a whole weekend, and it's at the fairground. And it's Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And if you go on Sunday, the books are half price. So if this had been marked 50 cents to start with, it was a quarter. And it was something like that. So this is just something I bought because I thought it was pretty. It has little pretty flowers to cut out. And it just has quotes about love throughout it. So it's a fun little book to cut up for quotes. And so this came out of that one. I wanted this side. Sorry, wrong side. You are my love, my best friend, my life, and my heart and soul. So I thought we might put a piece of lace or something behind it and jazz it up a little bit and put that on there. So those are the things that we're going to put together to make a tag. So this is all book page stuff. So let's start by gluing this down. Let's see, I want to glue it to this edge though, because I want to, and I'm going to trim off some of that excess around it and things like that. So I should probably, well, I'll do it on here since we're going to trim it. So I should probably do this off on the edge of my, see, my cat was up here and now I have a cat hair on here. I should do it on the paper that I put around so I didn't get a bunch of stuff on my mat. I'm always torn. It's like, do I do it up here on the mat where, sitting right in front of me where it's easier? Do I do it over on the paper to the side where it makes less of a mess? Where should I do it? always doing that. All right, let's go ahead and cut it down to here for now. I was contemplating using some fancy scissors and cutting the edge. So I kind of want to see how much white is on the back and what we're going to do with that first. Yeah, because see, we have a little bit of this, and I guess if we cut that down, that'll help some of that, won't it? Let me, and this one, we can cut it with some fancy scissors too, because it's going to be a little smaller. You should probably cut that one down first. Let me grab some scissors. I mean, I guess I could just tear it, huh? I was thinking I would. Let's just tear it. See, I stop, get the fancy scissors, and then I'm like, no, maybe not. Some days I'm just more indecisive than others, I think. Someday I'm going to invest in a tearing ruler, but not today. So, although actually I think if you just put a good metal ruler down, you can get a pretty good edge from that. So maybe I should have done that. All right, so that would be how much? Yeah, I think we need to cut some of that off. Should we tear it? Can we just tear it? I think we can. I don't know, maybe a tag shouldn't have torn edges. Is there any rule that says tags don't have torn edges? I never see tags with torn edges. Am I breaking a rule? There are no rules. There are no rules in this kind of thing, right? This is just whatever you want to do. The torn edges will be more fun. I'll get my probably a better way to do this. I don't know. I should probably get that tearing ruler, huh? Oh, well. Que sera. I've said that like 3 times this video, so things must not be going too well when I keep saying whatever. When I keep saying what will be, will be. Okay. That's definitely better back here. That's gonna give it a little bit of a frame. That's gonna go on the front. All right, we need to do some inking. See, and I got this thinking that I would do those fancy corners. I got this out, but since we tore it, that fancy corner isn't really gonna work very well. So we'll save that for another day. The best laid plans of mice and men. Right? All right. Let's pop that out. There's the vintage photo. Back to vintage photo, didn't I say? That's all I want to do. I want to cover some of that white on the edge and stuff too, so this will kind of take it down, not so shiny a little bit too. Maybe I'll get that my linen out and see if I can coax some out of it just to take it down a notch. Might be a good idea. This is really colorful. I'm pretty sure I'm going to put some doily or something on the back to take off some of that color. I just thought it would be fun having it peeping out around the edge, you know, but I don't want it to peep out that much, I don't think. I think I want something else to cover some of that anyway. So, and if we cover most of it, I don't have to worry about the shiny really. So we'll do kind of just a little bit of this just to take it down a notch or two. Just makes it less shiny. It's easier to do something with, I think. I like colorful pictures, but they do tend to be really shiny. All right, we'll get some more book page or something, and I think we'll go ahead and do that on the front here too. Not so much that we need the color on there, but just so it's not quite so new looking, even though, I mean, we know the Valentine was old, but it's a photograph, so. And that's still not super, super solid, so we should put something else maybe on the back of that. Okay, so I want something. Let me see what I got. Go on the back of that. I don't really want to detract from this. I'd like to see that. I want to see less of that. Yeah, I think that's good. And this is old notebook paper, and you can see it's yellowed. This is not even coffee dyed. This is just how old the notebook paper is. I think we'll have to go this way with it. I don't think I want the holes in it. Ooh, I wonder if we could use our fancy punch on those edges maybe. Maybe we'll leave these square to put back there. And then leave the torn around it. That might be a nice little juxtaposition. Hey, come on, Tishy. I don't need help, sweetie. Sure you do, Mom. Everybody needs help. Let's see, that would be to about, come on, Tish. Come on, sweetie. Tishy. That would be to about this one. Do your pets help you? See, now I've lost which one it is. I think it's this one. Do your pets help you when you're making things? Come on, go on. Go on, Tish. This is why we call her Tish Monster. Because she's really cute and she's a little monster. Here, take that paper and go play with it. But she's a little monster. Come on, Tish. Come on, stop. And let's see, about to there. All the little scraps that I cut up go up at the above up here. And that's where Tishy thinks she could play. There we go. Okay. Although there's not much difference, is there? I didn't cut it much bigger. Okay, Well, what if we do that? That might be better. We could make it go to one edge. See, the trick is if something doesn't go the way you think it's going to, do something else. So that might be nice. I wonder if we could stamp some stuff. We have some of those stamps out from the tickets. Here, go there. Let's put one of the edges of the tickets here. How does that look? Well, that's kind of cute, right? Just put a couple of tickets there. That might be good. Okay, what shall we do? Let's go ahead and try this stamp just to see this stamp. Get in the corner there. Fancy. Although it looks like I have a little corner I need to chop off there. I guess if you put it farther in, maybe it would keep the corner together. But if we just put it. Making a mess is what I'm doing. I know that this will be sort of covered up, but if we do them all, then we can pick the one that looks the best to put where we can see it. And then I may get it on there and realize that that's not what I wanted at all. But alas. Oh, see, that one's probably the best one. Let's put that one down where we can see it for sure. Maybe, is that the best one? So if we put that down here, well, I don't know if we're going to cover it with the tickets. Maybe it should go over here. I'm going to put that there. If I slide those tickets in under it, covers up a couple of them, but we still have this one, which is kind of neat. Tish, stop. You're not helping. She says, I'm not trying to help. I don't know. Is that too much? Too much of the ticket? We've covered up almost all of the... Tish, stop. I might have to find something else to put down there. All right, so the question is, do we like it? If we like it, we should just glue it down, because I will sit here and second guess it all day if I don't. So I think we should go for it. Oh, looks like I got some ink on my glue stick. I find that I spend way too much time second guessing myself. I'm always worried that it would be better if I did it a different way. And one of the things that I have to learn, that I still am working on learning, but I'm better. One of the things that I am working on learning is that however I choose to do it is okay. It's a choice, and it doesn't matter. There's not a right way or a wrong way. It's my way. It's the way I chose today, and I might choose something else tomorrow, but today that's what I chose, and that makes it okay. And I think that's kind of a philosophical life kind of thing, right? We all do that with life. Should we start it there and cut off the edge? And cut that edge. All right. Tishy, stop. Oh my gosh. I'm going to show the whole world how obnoxious you are. But I'm cute, right? But I'm cute. It's a good thing. Good thing our pets are cute. I suppose we could put that down here, although I really want to put that on the front, I think. I don't know, maybe it's okay just with the design and all that. I might need a little something. Let's flip it over and do the other side and we'll think about it. Okay, so this side, let's ink that up a little bit so it's not so white. But I definitely think it needs some paper or something under it. Let's have the rest of that, right? Take it. I don't want anything too much because I like this card and I want to see the card mostly. Let's see. Let's find a little scrap of something to put under there. Little piece of music paper. I think that's always a good bet. Maybe we could just do that with it. Just something simple. I don't know that it has to be anything too over the top. I might add some more stuff after I decide where it's going to go in the journal. It will be going into an envelope, so I don't want to put a lot of stuff on it that's gonna be, you know, stick up too much, be too dimensional. So I don't want a lot of big buttons or anything like that on it. As much as I'd like to put some jewelry or buttons or something on it. Oh goodness. Broke the piece, just gives it more character, I guess. We could do that a little bit and then just cover that little edge. That's better, I like that. That's kind of pretty. Maybe I could put a jewel or two right there. That would give it a little more without giving it too much dimension. Because I just don't want a bunch of stuff sticking up, and I tend to like my tags with pieces of jewelry and things like that on them. I like pieces of chain, old brooches, broken things, you know. Broken jewelry is always a good thing to put on something as far as I'm concerned. But I'm sure I have maybe a little jewel or two that we could put on there, or maybe a little piece of washi tape. Oh, how about this gold? How about that? You put one of these little strips of gold on there. That might be pretty. Just something to pull it together there. Tish Monster, you're quite the problem today. Next time I'm going to have to close the door and lock you out, huh? Oh, don't do that, Mommy. Don't make me stay outside. I have another kid who's usually the problem. Oh, see, that's nice. And then maybe we can put this other piece that's left over on this side to kind of tie them together. I think we could put it here. Just put it across here, maybe. I was saying I have this other kid who's usually the one up here who's a problem. Tish Monster is not usually the problem. All right, so we just need to punch a hole in the top and put some ribbon or something there. That tag. Let's see, where shall we punch the hole? I guess, I don't know, do we worry that it's going to be through the words? I guess not. Try to eyeball it here. I suppose I could measure it, but just gonna eyeball it. There we go. Look at that. See, I said we were gonna make a tag and I didn't even bring the ribbon with me. What's the matter with me? All right, ribbon. Lace ribbon. What do I have? Trim. Okay, let's see. I gotta dig through the stash. This is pretty. Let's try this one. So I just want it, I don't want it to stick up too much. Just a little. Something we can hold on to. Right. Just going to tie it, but maybe I want to loop it through. And back is the Tish Monster to play with the ribbon. Hey, stop! Don't chew on my ribbon. I get the feeling I may not even be showing this video. Between the phone ringing and the cat playing with everything. Just may not be something I show. Okay. Let's kind of fray the ends a little bit here. Rather than cutting them off, I like to let them kind of fray a little. I want it frayed, but I don't want too much stuff there. Right. A little bit of fray, not too much. There we go. All right. Okay. So we have made a tag and we've made a set of these tickets. All these tickets, right, that we used some of them here. So we're moving right along on some of the ephemera for that journal. So I'll probably just keep making, I'll probably make a few more tags, and then I'll start the journal. And the next video will be how I'm going to put together the journal using junk envelopes. So until then, my cat and I hope you have a great day. Thank you so much for joining us. Remember, use what you have to make your life more beautiful. Thanks. Bye.